a 15-minute binge watch of the suspense thriller film Influencer 2. The story begins with a carefully planned anniversary trip. Catherine and Diane are a lesbian couple. They are driving to a luxury hotel in the countryside. Catherine poured her heart into planning this trip. She rented a luxury car and booked a top-tier suite, but the plan went wrong the moment they arrived at the hotel. The front desk informed her their reserved room had been taken by a special last-minute guest. As compensation, the hotel offered them a small standard room.
It's fine.
Diane tried to calm Catherine down, but disappointment and anger were plain on Catherine's face. Soon they saw this special guest by the pool, a travel influencer named Charlotte. She was complaining loudly into her phone about her itinerary, her tone full of superiority and criticism toward everything around. She embodied everything shallow and vain. Yet Diane got along surprisingly well with Charlotte, even accepted Charlotte's invitation to join her for dinner. When Charlotte learned they were a couple celebrating their anniversary, she reacted with exaggerated excitement and immediately invited them to her private wine tasting the next day. Catherine politely declined, saying they had their own plans. Back in their room, Diane thought Charlotte was nice enough, but Catherine's assessment was cold and vicious. She declared that girls like Charlotte would be utterly helpless without their phones and would die within a week. She quietly added that if Charlotte disappeared, no one would even notice. Diane thought it was just anger talking, unaware that a detailed plan was already forming in Catherine's mind. Early the next morning, Catherine met Charlotte alone in the hotel restaurant. She calmly told her Diane had come down with food poisoning and would need to stay in their room all day to rest. Then she offered to be Charlotte's photographer for the day. She said she knew a perfect spot for photos. Unsuspecting, Charlotte happily agreed. Catherine led Charlotte to an abandoned rural building. She claimed she wasn't fully comfortable with the camera and suggested using Charlotte's phone instead. Without suspicion, Charlotte unlocked her phone and handed it over.
Oh, shit. What's your password?
We don't... Whatever, it's 8546.
Let's go upstairs. It's really cool up there.
Okay.
Then Catherine brought Charlotte to the top floor. She pointed to the edge, saying the light there was perfect for photos. Charlotte hesitated, feeling it was too dangerous. But Catherine said she and Diane had been there just yesterday and it was fine. As Charlotte leaned over to look down, Catherine had quietly moved behind her.
It looks like a long drop.
After pushing Charlotte off the building, Catherine went downstairs and stood before Charlotte. Charlotte begged her to save her, but how could Catherine do that? Catherine raised the camera and took a photo, then drove back to the hotel. When she ran into her girlfriend Diane, she said she had just returned from a jog. She never mentioned Charlotte. Instead, she uncharacteristically agreed to attend the wine tasting. Diane found it odd, but agreed. At the vineyard, they waited in vain for Charlotte. Catherine casually remarked, maybe she had other plans. Then she took out Charlotte's phone and sent Diane a message, saying she couldn't make it, and hoped Diane and Catherine had a good time. After seeing the message, Diane let it go. That afternoon, the hotel front desk notified them Charlotte had checked out, and they could move back into the original top-floor suite, staying in the room Charlotte once occupied. Catherine wore a victorious smile. That night, she began logging into Charlotte's accounts to post updates, creating the illusion Charlotte was still alive. She even went into town the next day to shoot new content. After posting it, she threw Charlotte's phone into the sea. She thought no one would ever know. But when she returned to the hotel, she found her luggage tossed and searched. Diane was looking through her computer, holding the passport from her previous trip abroad. Diane had felt something was off for a while. She didn't believe Charlotte would leave without a word.
Why do you have access to Charlotte's account?
And besides Charlotte, Diane had found some other photos. Combined with last year's multiple homicide case in Thailand, she suspected Catherine was the killer.
No, don't, please, Diane. Diane, I love you.
You lied to me.
I was going to tell you.
What? That you're an actual fucking psychopath.
Diane wanted to leave, but after a moment of struggle, Catherine made a shocking decision. She lunged forward, knocked Diane down with a lamp, then used the power cord to strangle Diane to death. The scene shifts to a woman named Maddie being interviewed. She was the sole survivor of the Thailand island murders a year ago. She claimed the killer was a woman codenamed CW with a large birthmark on her face. But the host didn't believe her, adding that although you were found not guilty, that doesn't mean you're innocent. Maddie was speechless for a moment. After the interview, Maddie faced unprecedented online bullying. Through doxing doxing by internet users. Her phone number and home address were quickly exposed. People kept calling and texting her phone. Some even showed up at her door, threatening to make her pay. One day, while browsing, she saw news about a French influencer being killed. That person was Charlotte. Her intuition told her Charlotte's death might be connected to CW. That last post from Charlotte was likely also made by CW, so she took a flight to France that same night. After searching around the geotagged location, she finally found the corner store shown in the post. Then, in one of Charlotte's selfie videos, she noticed a suspicious figure in the background, and that person seemed to have a birthmark on her face. She immediately rented a car and drove to the resort hotel from the video. Maddie went to the pool hoping to find useful clues, but found nothing. The investigation hit a dead end for a while, but Maddie was clever. She searched for videos tagged at that hotel, and found one posted right by the pool, which was from Diane's perspective. Opening the video, she saw a comment from an aunt, and that aunt was Diane's mother. She opened a group photo, and there CW was clearly visible among them.
Found you.
You're not a murderer, are you?
Excuse me?
You're really not gonna give me anything, huh? Okay. Just kidding. Good luck, killer.
Just yesterday, Maddie found the deceased Diane's mother through social media. She immediately called Diane's mother, but Diane's mother only spoke French, which Maddie couldn't understand. Even so, she managed to get two key pieces of information. One was a name, Catherine. The other was a location, Bali. So she immediately set off for Bali. And at a bar, she met a stranger named Jacob. Not only was Jacob himself a popular live streaming influencer, his girlfriend Anna was a fashion influencer too. Jacob's streaming computer was set up in Anna's luxury villa, but right now, Jacob's streams were losing traction. He desperately needed a shocking story to go viral. That night, while having drinks with his friend John at the bar, he noticed the beautiful Maddie sitting not far away. John bet Jacob couldn't get Maddie's phone number, so Jacob went over to strike up a conversation. Maddie had no interest in Jacob, but she still showed him a photo of Catherine and asked if he had ever seen her. Jacob didn't understand what she meant, so Maddie explained that Catherine was a serial killer who had killed 4 people in Thailand. Jacob said he hadn't seen the person in the photo, but if he did, he would contact Maddie.
How will I let you know?
More connections meant more leads, so Maddie gave him her phone number. Coincidentally, the next day, while Jacob and Anna were eating out, he unexpectedly spotted Catherine. He immediately chased after her, took out his phone to record, and asked if she was the serial killer.
Excuse me?
Okay. Just kidding. Good luck, killer.
Catherine panicked, left the scene, and returned home. She lived in a remote, mountainous area and had installed a powerful AI system in her house. The AI's voice was modeled after her deceased girlfriend Diane's. She had the AI search for foreign men who had recently traveled to Bali and successfully identified Jacob. In Jacob's browsing history, she noticed a private account with no profile picture. She guessed this was Maddie. So the next day, using the other browsing data from that account, she went to a popular scenic spot and sure enough spotted a woman with red hair in the distance. It was Maddie. At that moment, Maddie noticed her too. While Catherine was thinking how to deal with Maddie, she saw that Jacob had gone live. Jacob was talking about his encounters with Catherine and Maddie, and how he had looked up last year's Thailand murder case online. Turns out what Maddie said was true. The AI urged Catherine to leave Bali immediately, but Catherine came up with a perfect plan instead. Her plan was divided into 3 steps. Step 1, locate the street scene from the influencer Jacob's selfie video, then use AI to find the corresponding street. She immediately rode to that street and found a mansion, clearly the house where Jacob streamed. Step 2, create a dating profile using Maddie's photo, then visit every famous tourist spot in Bali, continuously matching with nearby users, until she matched with Jacob's friend John, manipulated John into revealing their party time and location, then went directly to the scene and spoke with Jacob.
Hi. You're the one that came up to me about that psychopath that's been stalking me?
What?
She pretended to be a victim, claiming Maddie was trying to frame her, and asked Jacob for help. Jacob didn't easily believe her. John was about to head home for the party. Jacob wanted to slip away, but John insisted on bringing Catherine along for fun. This played right into Catherine's plan. She took Jacob alone to her room and kissed him.
I have a girlfriend.
I don't care.
After Jacob fell asleep, Catherine copied his phone data and unplugged his charger, then rode her motorcycle to the mansion where Jacob streamed. She used the key stolen from Jacob to unlock the door, immediately accessed Jacob's computer and copied all the account login details, along with over a dozen private videos, but then Jacob's girlfriend Anna arrived.
Who the fuck are you?
I know Jacob.
John, who never liked her much, said, "Yeah, you guessed it. Jacob got tired of you long ago. He found someone new and they're still in bed right now. Happy now." Right after hanging up, Anna received messages from family and friends. Opening social media, Jacob's latest post was her private video. Now she truly couldn't face anyone. The confusion from loved ones and abuse from online strangers became unbearable. Brand partners demanded she pay penalty fees. In a moment of impulse, Anna ended her own life. Meanwhile, Catherine, pretending to just wake up, roused Jacob. Jacob noticed his phone was dead but didn't think much of it. He borrowed Catherine's phone to call Anna, but Anna never answered. When he went downstairs, John had already seen Anna's private video. Hearing the audio, Jacob thought he was just watching a random video. John didn't know how to break the news to his friend, and Jacob quickly left the place. Later, Jacob rode with Catherine to Anna's house, only to walk in and find Maddie. And Anna lying. When Maddie tried to escape, Catherine blocked the door. Maddie had to grab a champagne bottle and swung it at Catherine. After the bottle was knocked away, the two began grappling again. The fight was intense and evenly matched. After lying on the ground, catching their breath, picked it up and launched a counterattack. Now Catherine was completely enraged, but during her charge, Maddie hit her head with a decorative object. Dizzy Catherine crawled away. Maddie followed and delivered another hard blow. With the fight over, Maddie bound Catherine with tape. Now she had to prove her innocence. So she decided to go to Catherine's house to search for evidence. Using the location from Catherine's phone, she arrived at the mountain cabin. As soon as she entered, she saw the AI modeled after Diane. Then she found photos of Diane and Charlotte. This was enough to prove Catherine was the killer. Then she noticed a live surveillance icon on the computer. Clicking it, she saw it was a feed from Anna's house, focused on the very scene where they had fought. In the footage, she saw Jacob getting back up. Jacob noticed Catherine tied up not far away and immediately moved to free her. He then picked up Anna's phone and checked it, finding it filled with messages sent to him. The earliest one was from 4 a.m., demanding to know why he sent the woman with the birthmark to her house. Even Jacob slow as he was finally understood. He asked Catherine if she had been there last night, and Catherine responded by gently stabbing him.
She killed you and your girlfriend.
After dealing with Jacob, Catherine started looking for Maddie, but then she heard a notification from the computer in the distance. She walked over and saw a live stream was in progress. Clearly, her act of killing had been broadcast in real time, with over 10,000 viewers, and this stream had been remotely started by Maddie. Now Catherine's murder charge was solidly confirmed. Maddie took Catherine's computer and left the cabin. Meanwhile, Catherine heard a car outside. It was John arriving with 3 women. John still had no idea what had happened. When he entered, he froze in shock. Just then, Catherine walked over. She picked up the kitchen knife from the floor, and under John's confused gaze, swung the knife at him. After dealing with John, Catherine began hunting down the 3 women.